say something first because he's gonna edit. So go for it.
No. I was just
He'll edit it out, so it's cool. We'll begin whenever we begin. What are you about to say?
Yeah.
no. I'm good. We're good. We started. I was. Yeah, we're good. Can you play that Vanessa Carlton song?
Oh my God, I don't. You know what? I could probably chart out and play it like, dude, this is crazy. And then last night I did a live band karaoke where it was like for a play, and dude, um, the thing was like a lot of people came up and said we want to do this song, this song, this song. They put a list out there. They gave it to the band. For the second half, we spent time listening to the music, charting it out, and then we played it for them right after. Right after.
That's awesome.
That was
Nice.
insane.
That's cool.
All right, sorry. Let's start this interview.
Welcome, Christian Metal Group. My name's Jimmy Searles. I'm here with Jay and David, and so I am one of the admins there on the Christian Metal Group and our interviews here.
Right, and I'm on the leadership team. Let's put it like that. Yes, we do a lot. We do a lot. We basically spend a lot of our time deleting comments and
And arguing if Black Sabbath is Christian or not, right?
right,
Something
exactly.
like
And
that. I don't
also
know.
trying to make sure that like Demon Hunter, Striper, and Theocracy and who is that? Skillet
Skillet.
aren't the only people who are getting attention in the group. We
No,
love all
no,
of them, but
they're the only true Christian bands, though.
they are.
I'm glad that you guys mentioned that because I wanted to at some point go ahead and throw it out there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, we could
I feel
get
like
out there right now.
I feel like let's just start this interview off right. And I just want to go ahead and say everybody stop playing and just go ahead and admit that Soldiers Under Command is the best Striper record.
Nah, nailed it.
And This Might Sting a Little is an absolute banger by Disciple. So
Yo, I
there you
love
go.
that album. That might be my favorite Disciple album, dude.
I saw Disciple many times back in those days, and I really do love it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Jimmy's probably seen Disciple as many times as I've seen the Showdown.
No,
I have seen them 18 times, I believe.
Oh God,
I
maybe
have
more.
seen Disciple more times than the Showdown has played. So I'm from Knoxville. I'm from Johnson City. You know,
Oh, yeah. There you
Johnson
go.
City. I live in Knoxville. I'm actually going to go see Disciple and Maryville next month. So
Oh,
yeah,
very
I-
cool.
Good.
yeah. Shout out Disciple.
Yeah, shout out Kevin and everybody.
Did you didn't go recently to the show in Hickory, did you? The Breaking Darkness Fest? Oh,
No,
man. Yeah,
no.
I helped. I basically was like the stage manager for that festival. They headlined it though. That was great.
See, folks, Jimmy does stage managing. He does everything. You all.
Yeah,
I
you're
love
doing
it.
this all over the place. No, it's funny you mentioned Demon Hunter, and somebody had posted like a video of them on stage, and I'm listening to the song. Like I guess it's a new song. I was like, that's good. And then I thought about it, and I made a comment, and I wasn't joking. I said this could literally be a Skillet song. Like it just reminded me.
True.
Like it's not like their older stuff. I don't know. It's just different.
Right, yeah. And it's funny, we'll get into this in a few minutes. This is like the previews to the coming attractions, but me and David, we were like talking back and forth about this new, spoiler alert, Hope Deferred record.
Yeah.
He made some references to Demon Hunter.
Oh, speaking of, what are we doing? This is David Bunton, right? This is
That's right. Yes.
we're interviewing David Bunton. See, this is good here. So you're originally from the Showdown is probably where most people's going to know you, but let's get into your career. So did you grow up in a religious home?
I did, yes. I mean, not so much as much as like we didn't necessarily go to church like every single Sunday or anything like that, but I definitely like grew up, going to church, and I did grow up. I went every summer. I went to a Christian camp called Camp Tapawingo.
Oh, wow.
So that was like every summer, that I could remember. So that was kind of like my thing, like day camp, Camp Tapawingo.
Yeah. Was that like
I
local
was
to
there.
you?
It was
Yeah.
local, yeah. So it was cool, like it was like just we did the things like the felt boards, the songs. They had a swimming pool. Like it was just it was a blast. I loved it.
Well,
So
how many times
The
y'all sing "Friends" by Michael W. Smith?
man,
He brought
probably
back the felt boards too.
Right.
probably a lot. No, there was felt boards. I mean, no, I mean I gave my
Let me stop, yo. I
That's
don't
it.
ever upset
I'm
about
gonna
piano.
move Moses over here while you're playing that.
No, man, I got look. Hey, but that's kind of like where I did grow up there. There was like a time period where I didn't really go to church that much, and then I started going more and more regular youth group, especially like towards the end of high school. So, you know,
Yeah, that's cool,
big
man. So cool. So did you grow up in a musical home?
man. I grew up in a musical home. As far as like, yeah, my mom would like sing and stuff, and like just around the house. We had a record player that was always going. I had my own record player in my bedroom too, and not like the little Fisher Price record player. I'm talking like the big record player. So
Yeah. The
you know,
console.
yeah, the whole thing. Like
Right.
5 years old, like I had the big deal.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
my I loved going to the store, and my mom would buy. My mom was cool. She would buy me vinyls and like everything from like Twisted Sister,
Wow.
Michael
What's the
Jackson,
first one you remember
Motley
getting?
Crue. The first vinyl that I remember getting, I mean, I know that I don't remember the first ones I got, but I remember like I had Thriller on vinyl. I had
Nice.
like Twisted Sister vinyl, Motley Crue. I remember, actually, I do remember buying Smoking in the Boys' Room at
Nice.
Kmart.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's just like that's what I did on Saturday morning. I would wake up super early, and I would just do my own thing by myself. I would have concerts. A I had a leather jacket. I had
Huh.
red leather pants. I had a Michael Jackson glove. I had face paint. I dressed up like Twisted Sister. I mean,
Okay, you were all the things at the same time.
I
All
was
things,
I
all
was
things.
just man. I was
It's-
just trying to jam.
I can just see Ace Frehley with the Michael Jackson glove.
Right.
But no, man. I mean, I did. As far as that goes, like, yeah, I loved music. I've always loved music.
That's awesome, dude.
But,
So what was your journey from there to getting into like different styles of music and heavier music, and how did that kind of evolve for you over time?
I would say, I mean, to long story short, I mean, I was always, like I said, always into music. Kind of would just listen to whatever. Around junior year of high school, like I started getting into Ben Folds 5.
Oh wow.
Really was drawn to them. He's like beating the piano with the piano stool, and I took piano lessons like all growing up, and then kind of got into MXPX, and then from there started getting into some of the heavier stuff, Solid State. Hear the Penalty Box records, and
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I remember seeing Metallica and stuff like that on MTV or like stuff like that, but I never really started listening to music intentionally like until that time in high school. You know what I mean? So from there, I was all in Solid State, tooth and nail. I never really had like a hardcore phase or a punk phase, or I would just keep those phases as I would go. You know what I mean? So I would just always just grabbing every style. So I mean, I say it's pretty interesting because like I was not as into metal like I played whenever I was in the Showdown. That wasn't really. I mean, I liked Zayo, I liked Beloved, I liked Under Oath, I liked stuff like that for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I wasn't like the other guys. They were like listening to Decapitated. They were listening to like Necrophagus, and like they had like these crazy influences that it wasn't really my thing. It's weird, you know, after touring for a while, hearing that stuff in the van, I kind of warmed up to it, but I didn't really honestly start listening to a lot of metal until after I started touring, or until after I stopped. So I know that one of the big records that came out whenever we were on tour that I was just like, man, this is it. Plug. Was the Raven and the Reaping by the Famine.
The Famine, yeah.
Like that record was like, I was instantly like, because we were doing promoting Backbreaker at this time. And I just remember like when we had that, we popped in the van, we were just like, man, this is it. It's poppy, but it's so heavy. It's so
pinnacle.
Yeah, I mean, it was like everything. It was like, man, I was like, because you know we were proud of what we were doing at that time. You know, we loved that record. I still love Backbreaker, but I just remember thinking, man, there's something about this record. It's just super
absolutely.
And I mean,
I was gonna say, I think Embodiment, of course, had gone through a really heavy phase. You know, they started off as a death metal band, and then they went through like the hardcore phase, which Neuroscope of Things is still my favorite album of theirs.
Love it.
Like it's neck and neck with Embrace the Eternal, but I like Neuroscope actually better.
Actually, that's one of my wife's favorite albums too. She loves that.
And then after that, of course, they went really pop. So I think they kind of had like a handle on like all of those styles. So I think that was I remember when the Family came in, I was just like, I was kind of like that too. So what was your first Christian metal album that you actually bought or whatever?
Man, I mean that's kind of because I kind of like went all in all at once. Like I think that I bought every MXPX record. I'm trying to think, like I bought that Living Sacrifice record. Reborn. I bought a Project 86 record. Pretty much every record that was on Songs of the Penalty Box, I just bought all of those.
Yeah, man, those were great for the comps back in the day. I got
The Help Us Amongst Friends was one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, I loved Where Blood and Fire Bring Rest. Like that record was sick, and I was all about that. And then I did kind of go off into right in the middle of all that. Some woman that my dad worked with gave him a bunch of Striper tapes.
Yeah.
And I took those Striper tapes and I was like, man, this is lame. These are lame. Like, Striper's bogus. I'm not into that. Whatever. So I give these Striper tapes to one of my good buddies, Jeremy Swain, who I was playing music with at the time. And Jeremy listened to the tapes and then played them back to me. And we were like, and he was like explaining to me, like, doesn't this just sound like Karate Kid, like you're running on the beach? And I'm like, oh yeah. So then it was like, I went all in, got all the Striper records. So,
nice.
It was kind of like, and then I was like, and then I got to see them when they came back at Cornerstone 2001, I believe, which was incredible to see them live. It was so fun. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love that stuff.
I'm an '80s metal head. I love it too. I mean, I listen to all kinds of stuff, but I definitely love it. A lot of people give them a hard time, but yeah.
Petra and Striper is kind of how I got into like hard rock and metal, like Christian stuff anyway. But that was like literally at the same time I was starting to listen to metal overall. But yeah, that Striper, like I was like,
as good as Striper was in the '80s, I really think their last like 5 albums are some of their best work. Like, it's really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like them. I like Striper.
Good that just as a note, like their contemporaries, Motley Crue, Poison, like all those guys. I think that I feel like Steve Rowe right here, real quick. Like, there's no life better than the Christian life. The Christian life is the ultimate life here and in eternity.
Nailed it.
Dispute that. That's what he said on Live Planetarium. It's like just the idea that some people smoke, some people like do little drinking here and there, but overall, like just staying away from the smoking and drinking and party lifestyle. And like when you're in it, like say in your 20s and stuff, like you really can't tell the difference. Everybody's in their peak, but then you get 60, and it's like you can really tell the difference in who took care of themselves and who didn't.
Yeah.
Dude, I just saw Alice Cooper, and that dude is 77.
Yeah.
And he killed it. Like, he still got it, man. Like, his voice, the range, it's so good.
That's legit.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's definitely goals. I got to see Alice Cooper. Like,
You haven't seen him?
I have not seen, dude. Like, of all the people, I haven't seen Alice, and there's like a couple of others. It's not many, but it's a few of them.
It was Alice Cooper and Judas Priest, which Rob Halford could still sing too, but
yeah, oh, absolutely.
That had to be in the loudest band I've ever heard. It was painful, but a surprise was I didn't realize who was opening or that they were even touring. Corrosion of Conformity opened.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's cool.
They got that they got a clutch feel to them, like that sound but I didn't realize also. They've been around since 1982. I had no idea. I started looking them up. I'm like, wow. I guess they just been on and off for so long. But yeah, that was a great show. But yeah, that was the 5th time I've seen Alice Cooper. He never disappoints.
That's definitely, like I said, it's goals for sure. So so let's. I think, just speaking of 80s and stuff. I mean, not dating you like back that old, but. You and Jimmy, before we started, you all were talking about a band that you were in before the Showdown, or that turned into that. So and you talked about Jeremy also. Like I said, once again, shout out Jeremy. So let's talk about like the beginnings of this band, and what happened next.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I'll go ahead and carry it on through to how I got into Hope Deferred as well. I'll make it really short and I'll compress it really quick.
Yeah, sure.
But no, I mean, I started playing essentially like punk rock music with a couple guys back home. Jeremy Swain, shout out. I know you're all up in the Christian metal group. And his brother Daniel, and then, my buddy Travis, who he played guitar at the Showdown. And then Josh joined, which he played guitar in the Showdown. So we were doing like new school punk rock. And then, as people go, like Jeremy ended up doing something else. Daniel ended up doing something else. We kind of kept playing. And then we just turned into a metal band, into the Showdown. So just a little bit here and there. Essentially, Josh, our guitar player, was a gigantic metalhead. And when he found out that I could scream, then it started working it more into the songs until we were just like a full-blown, metal band. So that's kind of how that happened. But, I mean, I was originally a drummer. I wasn't that great of a drummer at all. And, me and Jeremy just sat down at the piano and he just taught me how to sing good enough to do it. And I just figured out, if I can just act really crazy and stupid, then maybe it'll be cool. You know what I mean? But that kind of, that's kind of how that happened. And then, doing the Showdown all that time was cool. It ended up coming to an end, and then we got to come back. And we did Furnace Fest in 2022 and 2024, and I ran into Eric Shirey, who used to do Pluto Records, in 2022.
Yeah, I remember Pluto Records for sure.
Yeah, and I was like, I was familiar with, like I was talking about earlier, like within the Famine. I love the Raven and the Reaping. I like their second record a lot too. And I always thought, like, there was just so many years there. It's like from 2010, we didn't really play music until, we started gearing up to do that show in 2022. So there was a pretty good amount of time where it's like, that's all I did was tour and play and do records to like I'm not doing it anymore. So, I was very blessed and very fortunate, like to, meet my wife and have kids, and
Yeah.
you were super happy in that game. You know what I mean? Like she's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. You
That's
know,
awesome.
but there's a little bit of me, was like, man, I'd really like to do music. And I heard a podcast one time where, Andy Andy Godwin, embodiment,
Yeah.
the Famine, the best guitar player in my opinion of all time. Did a podcast, and I was just like, man, I really want to play music with this guy. And this was probably 2019, 2020. And, I was like, I kind of like was trying to find him online. I couldn't find anything. I was like, man, oh well, whatever. So I guess I'll go plan B and hit up a couple other people. It never worked out. Just never got to do anything. But when I ran into Eric at Furnace Fest, I was like, dude, like, I want to play music with Andy, because I know he was like kind of helping Andy do some Hope Deferred stuff. And through that, I got hooked up with those guys and just became really good friends with them. They've been amazing to me. And then, that's kind of how I ended up playing with those guys. So it's kind of like a Mark Wahlberg, like rock star story. You know what I mean? It's just I it's kind of weird. I'm still like I still pinch myself, because like I'm a big fan. Like, even though, we're playing music, I really like the music, but I would be a fan of it if I wasn't on it. I'm just glad that I get to be a part of it. So, especially with those guys. So it's like, I'm just thankful for the whole process of, everywhere. I still love the Showdown. I still love, we may play a show with the Showdown at some point. It doesn't seem likely, but I never thought I'd play again in 2022 and 2024. So you never know. But, as far as, I would imagine, I don't know, maybe play a live show with Hope Deferred, knock on wood. So.
Oh yeah, it can happen. I believe it can happen for sure. I
Yeah.
think, we were talking about the difference between, the really heavy stuff, and then when Embodiment went, they started doing more poppy stuff and just like kind of like alternative rock and kind of soft stuff. But I think that, as a musician, I've run into a lot of musicians that can only play one style, and I think this also goes for you too, David. Just like somebody that is diverse, because I know that I do want to kind of talk about like a course of obliteration in a minute, but
Yeah.
think about like a course of obliteration to like Temptation Came My Way, and like the way you evolved as a vocalist, and still being able to like do the heavy stuff, but also be diverse. And I think a lot of people cannot make that transition, and especially when you talk about singing, like things like being on key and singing melodically, and just doing different things with your voice. Like, but like I said, even with guitars. So when you say Andrew Godwin is definitely one of the best, like he actually literally proved in his career that he can do like all the above, and I think that's just like that's like something that people just don't discuss as much, but it needs to be discussed for sure.
I agree. Yeah. Being more than a one-trick pony is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't view myself as more than that. I just view myself as I'm just a survivor. Like, I just will practice enough to be good enough to make it. And I always thought, like, if I could just get in front of people and act a fool, then maybe it'll all work out, and maybe they won't know that I'm not that good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But after playing a long time, like playing tours and stuff like that, like, I tried to do the best I could, be the best I could be. I love playing music, and it's not, especially now where it's like, it's kind of, for me, it's kind of shifted to where I'm not really that as concerned about like playing live shows.
Yeah.
Like, I just like being around music. I just like being around people who are creating music. I like recording music. I love being a part of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like, you know, I don't really. I mean, I love. Don't get me wrong. Like, I loved touring, and I loved that part of my life. I wouldn't want to go back to that. I mean, I love where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? But I do love, and I feel super blessed that I'm able to do music. You know, sometimes with the Showdown guys, like I have over the past 4 years, and then you know, most recently at a really regular rate with the Hope Deferred guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's real awesome. One thing I really loved about the Showdown was just the straightforward heavy metal. You know, there was so much metalcore and just all these different, the Genty and all these different things, and I just really loved that full force metal. And I got all the CDs, and I was one of the first ones to get that record when it came out on record. I was like, I couldn't believe that was actually being released, so that was very excited about that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. So, my wife and I saw the Showdown at Cornerstone, North Carolina. So you remember this? No. Yeah.
Dude, if you saw us at Cornerstone, North Carolina, that was the first.
Oh
Like
wow.
that's the first. We bought okay, let me stop you right there.
Okay.
We bought so to preface it, we played a lot of shows as the Showdown in 2540 in a regional capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of shows. More so than a lot of people realize. All over Kentucky,
Right.
you know, all over South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, like all those places. But that was the first time that we like ever we were like we had recorded a record for the very first time. We were gonna have a record coming out. We went out, we dropped $500 on a van and went to play Cornerstone, North Carolina, and we were just like, this is it. We're getting ready to play a show with Under Oath. like we couldn't believe it. Like because we'd played some pretty cool shows, but this was like it felt like I can't believe y'all got us on Cornerstone, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like a big deal.
Under Oath did that?
Yeah, they played.
No.
Under Oath played.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that was a killer show. Like I remember Under Oath and Emery. Emery's one of my wife's favorite bands. So I mean, she was.
Yep.
I remember playing frisbee with Cool Hand Luke. There's just a lot of great memories from that show. But so your van, I do remember y'all took the seats out and you had a love seat couch in there, right?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, we literally spray painted 3 on it for Dale Earnhardt and spray painted Get Snake Bit on the hood. I've got a picture of it on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just didn't care. We were just like, whatever.
Well,
and the next,
yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying, like, we were talking and hanging out behind the stage where your van was parked, and everybody's just walking around saying, "Don't get snake bit," and like it was an inside joke, and only the band knew what it was about at the time. So we just all started doing it. That's all I remember.
Dude, I don't know why we heard this old dude in cowboy boots and cut off jean shorts. He said something about, "Go ahead, don't you get snake bit," and it just. We just loved it. You know what I mean? We just went all in on it.
Wow.
Like, so, but yeah, I mean, that was cool. That was like our first taste of like, all we had was a postcard printed off.
Oh yeah.
It was just like, it was cool. That was a fun time. Like,
I also remember apparently another band put truck nuts on your van and literally threw the key away, and you said you couldn't get them off or something. Was that the case, or?
I think so. I cannot remember that, but that's definitely it's probably some of our band like friends from back home.
And I think, if I remember correctly, I want to say y'all played before, right after maybe Head Noise. I'm not 100%, but I know they were there at that same time, the same stage.
Yeah, we had an early slot that day. I just remember because it was really weird because, you know, we had a record coming out, but like we were like a little bit older at that time. More so like, I don't know, I guess we were probably all like 22, 23. So for us, I mean, we had all kind of given up on our dreams to like play music and go on tour. So it was like kind of all just like a joke to us. Like
Oh wow.
we never thought we would ever get a tour to begin with. And
Joke's
once we
on
got
you.
one, yeah, and then we got one, and then we got another one, and then we got another. We were just like, "What is happening?"
That's
You
hilarious.
know. So, I mean, that's why we didn't bring anything to sell to Cornerstone.
Oh
We
no.
never sold anything at our shows, anyways, because it was just like
Why take anything?
it wasn't about that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. Man.
I think the only thing that we did one time. Now, don't get mad at me, Christian Metal Facebook group. I don't think they will. We did one time burn these CDs, and we made this cover. And I can't remember, it was one of the guys in the band or one of our friends or somebody had shot a deer, and they were holding the deer up and stuff. And like we knew, I was doing vocals for this band called Rapture the Meek, and we were playing a show up in Virginia, and we knew PETA was going to be there, and we passed him out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
But that's the only time we didn't sell them; we just gave them away for free. But I'll never forget that.
For the kids on there, when he says burn a CD, that's where you take a CD and you put music on it. You don't set it on fire. I'm sure
Yeah,
some
that's
people
right.
watching this has no clue what I'm talking about, but
Yeah, burning a CD. We used to burn a lot of CDs.
I still have burnt CDs actually in my collection.
Most of my burned CDs are fouls.
Right?
Like video, like, they have DVDRs and CDRs of sessions. Yeah. But yo, you know what? So, touring was interesting, of course, and of course, obviously, we saw each other a lot. At some of these shows, we were both doing music, but touring definitely has just really great things about it, and also has pitfalls. So we're about to get deep real quick. Like, what advice would you give like bands on what to do and what not to do when it comes to touring?
I would advise them to tour and not expect to make anything from it, and just expect to have fun and enjoy life doing it. Because that's the only thing. That's the best thing. And I mean, there's so much of the time that I was on tour, that's the way I viewed it. And whenever I viewed it as, oh, we gotta do X, Y, and Z so we can blah, 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 and make this a career. And it's like, that's kind of when things stopped being fun.
It happens like that for sure.
And I mean, it's like, it's a double-edged sword, right? It's like, everybody wants to do music for a living. I mean,
Right.
Of course, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Like, who wouldn't want to like go on tour and
Right.
make a living and do this and that and the other? But it's like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good goal, and I think it can happen.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put my faith in it.
Right.
Because when I started putting my faith in that, I just didn't have as much fun doing it. But like, I don't know. I mean, I feel very fortunate though, because a good overwhelming majority of my time that I did spend on the road, man, I was just flying by the seat of my pants. I was just living life, enjoying it and taking it all in. Be like, and I can't believe we're on tour with XL right now. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe, we're playing with Blindside every night for two months. Like, what's happening right now? I mean, you never thought, like, oh my gosh, this is the 6th tour that we've done with Showbread. and I'm so pumped because I love touring with Showbread. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just like you never, and it was always that unexpected stuff. Like, so yeah, I mean, that's my advice. Just don't take it too serious. Have fun.
That's good.
And if you don't, I don't know, for me, it's like, for my story, for my journey, I'm glad that like, it wasn't at the end of the day when it was all taken away.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we tried to make it a job. We tried to make it a career.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, like, it never was. I mean, it never was enough to sustain anybody. We just did it because we loved it. But like, for me personally, like, after all this time, like, I still want to do it. And I want to do it for free. Like, I don't even care. Like, so it's like, I feel blessed because I still am doing music. You know what I mean?
Right, for the love of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so much fun. So, and there's for every group out there that does it for the love of it, you're gonna have that one band that does make it a career.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's usually there's always special bands, but I mean.
That's really good advice. So
that's really good stuff. Yeah. Now, as a note, I charge, so that's it. I charge a lot of times, but I will say this: I think that you definitely brought up some really good points because I love collaborating with people, and I always say that like the music that I do charge for, I take a lot of that money and put it into the music that I actually want to play.
There you go.
Yep. I've spent probably the last 20 years playing in other people's bands as like the side guy, just doing a lot of stuff like playing for weddings, playing for churches, playing for this and that. So, and it's been very profitable. I praise God for that. But at the same time, I do a lot of stuff actually, without charging. And, sometimes like you definitely have to do it for the love for sure. Like, and I couldn't imagine, like, I do get bored with some stuff. And sometimes, especially like when you're in church, and you're playing, like, sometimes it feels like some of the same songs every week or whatever. It's like, But, at the end of the day, it's, especially us as Christians, it really is about the gospel. It's about Jesus. It's about, like, praising him and then also spreading the word. So, yeah, that's that component is also in there. But yeah, that's good stuff, man.
And for me personally, like, it's like, also like I know my talents and I know my strengths. Like, hey, I got a drum set sitting right over here in my room, but I'm not stupid. Like, I know that I'm not talented enough to go be a session drummer, so it's just gonna sit right there. So like, I can't charge anybody for that. You know what I mean? But if I could, now that might be a little bit different story. You know what I mean? I might go throw some drum tracks down for somebody.
Yeah, but no, that's good though. I mean, like I said, my favorite stuff is definitely the stuff I just did for fun, which is like, man, forget a budget, forget that kind of stuff. Let's just make music, and it's been beautiful. I've done a lot of that, even this year. So,
that's good. Yeah, I know you've been really busy with that.
Yeah, it's been crazy this year.
So, roughly, how long was it when the Showdown stopped touring till? When you played Furnace Fest, like how much time was that?
It was 12 years.
Mercy.
So what was that like playing the Furnace Fest, those two festivals?
It was cool. I mean, it was great. And I mean, the best thing I could, the biggest motivating factor for me in doing that was like, my kids were old enough where they knew that I played music, but they'd never seen it before.
Oh, so that's pretty cool.
They only grew up knowing, oh, my dad used to be in a band. My dad used to play music.
So how old are they now?
Oh my gosh, the lights just went off. So yeah, 14 and 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's really it's different. I saw Squad 50 open up for Five Iron Frenzy several
Oh,
years
I
ago.
miss Squad 50 so much.
Dude, they Squad killed it, man. It was like their first show in 15 years or something.
Hmm.
Not counting Furnace Fest. They play it. They were amazing. But the singer was like, "Yeah, I got my 15-year-old, my 16-year-old in the audience." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I mean, I guess it happens, right? But that was really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
It
I
absolutely.
is
can
cool.
imagine now. So now they like when you talk about it, they got something to reference, right?
They do, yeah. And they were excited to go back, excited to go back and watch us play in 2024. And they're like, excited that I'm doing music now. Like, they're like
Mhm.
excited that I'm doing another record, like with Hope Deferred. And like, they'll like, they used to do like, they would be like little pins, makes me little stuff that says like, this pencil says get snake bit.
That's
And it's
awesome.
like, now they're like drawn, which I have them somewhere. They'll draw me. Oh, I lost you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now it's like, now I get like this, like little thing,
Oh,
That's so cool.
little heart. It says Hope Deferred
Look,
stuff.
that
So they're
that right
like,
there is priceless too. You can't sell that.
yeah. So they're just all about what I'm doing or what I've done or what's going on. So I mean that's really cool. And like my wife never. I mean, I think she maybe saw us play one time before we got married. So it was like me and the band and all that stuff. That wasn't really like a part of our life.
hmm
That wasn't. I wasn't really doing that when we got together. I think I maybe did like, I did one tour, and maybe she saw us on that tour, and then I never toured again.
Oh wow.
So it was like, you know what I mean? It was just like, so it was cool to be able to like, share those things again, and
Did,
then like have them be a part of me continuing to do music. It's been awesome.
did you meet your wife in the music scene?
No, I didn't. I met her through a mutual friend.
Oh, okay.
Introduced us, and um, it's just one of those things where it's like it's weird because we should have met. We've been in the same place a lot of times,
Hmm.
like Cornerstone, specific shows, Cornerstone pre-shows. Like we've been into a lot of the stuff, and the more that we got to know each other, the more that we realized we had in common. Even as far as like she's introduced me to a lot of music that I wasn't you know super familiar with, but
That's cool.
from like Christian music from back in the day. But we
Right.
definitely have like the DC Talk thing in common, and like
Hmm.
stuff like that. So it's just like
Acts
we
two
can get.
seventeen. Don't forget them.
Oh yeah, we love
Told you.
them.
I knew it. I knew it.
But I mean, we got a playlist. I mean, we can get in the car and we've got a playlist of like old
there,
school that we can
there's certain
totally drive.
albums that I listened to a lot when we were dating and when we got engaged. And my wife wants like when she listens to it. Pax 217 is one of them. The Benjamin Gate because I booked them around that time. I was listening to them a lot. Pillar, Spoken.
Hmm.
There's just certain albums that just it's that time period.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. It's good stuff. I love that.
Yeah. So, um, you were talking earlier about like some of the bands that were on various labels, and we talked about Help Us Amongst Friends. We talked about songs from the Friendly Box. So, how did the Tooth and Nail / Solid State deal come about, and what was that whole process like actually being on a label like that?
I mean, we got signed to. First of all, we got signed to Mono versus Stereo, which is like an offshoot of Goatee,
Hmm.
and the Brad found us through MP3.com, and we did a couple records with them. The first one and Temptation, and
Hmm.
then Brad had some stuff going on, and he was like going to bounce from the label, and we're just like, yo, we don't want to do it with this label if you're not going to be there.
Right.
So we knew John Dunn, uh, that worked at Tooth and Nail Solid State at the time, and they worked something out. Big props to Tooth and Nail Solid State. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know how it all happened. We just had some really cool people working for us for pretty much for free at the time, and they brokered a deal. Whatever that deal was with Solid State, it was cool and really pulled us out of the hole on some things.
Mm-hmm.
And when it came time to do Backbreaker, we there were talks about where do we go, what do we do, and we're just like, yeah, we want to do Backbreaker with Jeremiah. He did chorus. In that time that he did chorus, he had done. He plays in Demon Hunter now. He's a guitar player for Demon Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
He played with us in the Showdown for a while. He had done, some Living Sacrifice stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, we always knew, in chorus, it needed a little bit better of a mix. But Jeremiah's he was talented then. He's talented now. We just knew we do this Backbreaker record with Jeremiah. It's going to be popping. And we just want to go back to the old school, and we did that. And it is one of my favorite records from the Showdown for sure.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm very proud of it because we did it.
So who did the artwork on that? Do you remember?
Ron Clark.
Oh, okay, yeah. It
so
reminds me.
everybody.
Yeah, he's done so many. It kind of has like I don't know, maybe like a War of Ages feel to the art cover or something. It's got that feel to it, but I like it a lot. It's pretty rad.
I love Ron Clark. He did our Course of Obliteration record, which is my favorite Showdown record cover. He did the cover for Backbreaker, and he did the cover for Blood and the Gears, and he also did the cover for the new Hope Deferred record.
Well, that's what about Temptation Come My Way? Just the black cover.
He didn't do that one. We were just really, if we were to going back and looking at some of the options that he had given us, we were working with him at one point on it, and then we kind of stopped and ended up. I'm not really sure exactly who did it. That whenever we were doing Temptation, that we were very difficult people at that time. So, I don't know. We were just all about the logo. Like, we had to get a logo, and it was like the logo, and nobody was ever going to do a logo that was good enough for us. And we probably saw 85,000 logos until we picked one.
Bunch of crazy kids.
Yeah, we were just nuts, dude. We wanted to have that perfect thing, you know what I mean? So, looking back, I think there was probably some pretty good, hardcore, like, out of the park winners that Ryan probably did for us.
Sure.
And we were just crazy, but he's done all of our records, and he did the new one, for the new Hope Deferred cover. Like, I'm a big fan of it. Like, I love it.
Yeah. When is everybody gonna get to see that?
When's everybody? I think everybody's going to be able to see that October 1st.
Yeah.
So, y'all stay tuned for that. That's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. So we kind of had got to listen to some of the music, right, Jay?
And you know what?
And I'm telling you, y'all are in for a treat. This is old school, hardcore, metal, whatever, but it is good.
Yeah, there's some death metal passages in there for sure. Some death metal influence, which is amazing.
Yes.
So embodiment being a death metal band, I probably still got some of the tapes.
Yeah, of course you do.
Literally.
I got the 8-track. No. So you kind of told us how you got these connections through Pluto Records and Furnace Fest, which is amazing. And now you're in one of the best bands out there, which I
never said that.
No, I did. But you,
right, dude.
I'll take it.
No, go ahead and ask your question.
But what my point is, like, you were talking about how much you love the music already, and God worked it out to where you're actually in the band, and that's amazing. So how did the recording process go for the band? Like, how, and do y'all live in different states and all? How did all that come about?
Yeah, so essentially kind of the way that it worked was there were, you know, tracks passed back and forth. So I just remember one day, you know, I was working and all of a sudden I get a couple tracks and they're like, you know, Andy sent me a few tracks. And I'm like, what in the world? So like Eric kind of brokered this whole thing for like Andy to send me some stuff. She's like, oh, what do you have? You know, see what you got. So like I recorded some stuff on the music and I would send them back and they would send me stuff and like I would, you know, record more and send them back and give my ideas. And I had probably done, you know, oh my gosh, I it's because I think we had like 10 songs. So like I recorded, you know, probably almost all at least wrote and recorded at my house because I have a studio at my house, like 10, you know, songs or ideas or whatever here, and would send them, you know, over. Like Andy would check them out and stuff. And I think at one point they were just like maybe they all got together and like listened to it, and they were just like okay. And then they said, you know, that I could be in the band, which is crazy. So I was like, okay, sweet. So, gosh, I'm thinking, and this is a very long because I started doing this in like 2020 October 2022. So I went down there in about a year and a half later. They were like, hey, you want to come down? We're going to record drums. And I was like, sweet. Oh, let me go back. Okay, so within this time, I did leave something out. So I wrote all of this stuff, recording all this stuff, sending it to Andy. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, Andy sends me, he was like, hey, I've got a chorus to this song. And like, you know, he did vocals in the Hope Deferred, the first EP. Mm-hmm. And he like sent it to me and I'm like, oh man, this chorus is awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I recorded it and stuff like that. And then like, you know, just kind of his ideas were just like so great. You know what I'm saying? So I had all these things like, and he starts sending me stuff. So now I'm like re-recording all this stuff, and like he's got these great vocals, and like it's just really fun. Like it's coming together like great. I mean, he's a great lyricist. He's a great.
You record in like a home studio?
Yeah.
Nice.
I recorded my house.
Okay.
I mean, he's a great lyricist, you know, and vocal ideas where I do what I do is very
brutal. No.
Usually comes across very hardcore. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes across very like terror or hardcore or like Stretch Armstrong or like very basic, just right on top of the beat. Like, and then he has these ideas that are just like more like intertwined with the riff and like very unique and stuff. So it's like, you know, then we started getting into it. And it kind of pretty quickly, I was like, oh, yeah, this is popping. Like, this dude's got some sick ideas. So, anyways, recorded them all over. And then I went down there and while they were recording drums, they was like, hey, you got your plane ticket. Come down here. We record drums. And
oh, I'm sorry. Where was that at? Where are they recording at?
They were down in Dallas, so they're in Dallas.
Oh, Dallas. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, we got you a plane ticket. Come on down. And I was like, sweet. So went down there, doing some drums. I got to do like a vocal demo, and then from there it was like, you know, I went down there again, probably 8 months later, and recorded some more demos, and then about 6 months later, I went down again. It's like the first of this year, and started actually retracking. So I tracked half of it in January, and I tracked the other half in May.
Okay.
So, of this year. So yeah, it's been like a really long process, but you know, it's been cool. It's been, for me, it's just been super it's just been humbling to see, you know, the musicians that they are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The skills that they have, like, and they're all like, we recorded a lot of it. It was pretty much all self-recorded, so all tracked, you know, at Andy's house. Um, pretty intense. Like we got the guy Andreas Magnuson. He mixes a lot of stuff. He mixed
Oh
the
yeah,
record.
nice.
Uh,
Yeah, I remember him for sure.
yeah, he mixed he mixed the record, and then we got another dude that mastered it and stuff like that. But a lot of it was done DIY.
Yeah.
You know, which is an extra level of cool in my opinion. So
Oh, no doubt. Well, I know I could tell it'd been a long time. I was scrolling your the Hope Deferred Facebook, and there's a photo of you from November of 2024. And actually, Vickis, who is one of the admins for our group, he's in South Africa. He said, "Not holding my breath. Been so long we have been teased. So I will wait patiently." So so I'm like, okay, so here we are almost a year later, but hey, now it's actually happening.
Exactly.
yeah,
I'll say that Vickers and I are probably the biggest metal snobs in the group for sure, as far as the leadership team.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
are some metal snobs, man, and we also tend to gravitate towards like extreme metal for sure, also. So
that's cool.
yeah, that's always, and he's very much looking forward to the record. I didn't even have the heart to tell him that I've already heard. Like, I didn't even tell him. He'll find out if he watches this interview.
That's right.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
can't
funny.
be here before you know it. You know.
Well, I mean, probably by the time it comes out, we'll already have a single out because I
Right.
think it's coming out October 1st. So we're doing a single October 1st, and then we're dropping like our pre-order for vinyl, some stuff. We got some pretty cool looking vinyls.
So is all of this DIY2, or is there any labels involved?
No, we don't have a label. Mm-mm.
Nice.
So yeah, we are our own label, and I've got to give credit to the guys. I mean, the guys down there, like, this is their passion project. I mean, they've just, they've really taken care of everything. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Like the Andy and those guys down there, they're just they're great. I mean, like, even as far as like, you know, just going down there and just the hospitality and like, it's one of those things where it's like I have a really bad habit of getting super hyper focused on stuff, especially like, it is funny because I forgot I haven't been like this, like with the Showdown. It was just like always showdown, just like everything about that. But it's like, man, it's like taking a step back and just realizing like, wow, like at this point in time, like I've had so much fun getting to know these guys that like I would want to go down there and just hang out with them. Like,
So if they
even if
they
we
had,
weren't playing music.
they had good hospitality, so did they treat you to some good Texas barbecue?
Shoot, man. Look, every kind of dude, everything is Mexican food and barbecue there, and I'm
Okay.
not mad about it. And I
Right.
love it.
Right?
Look, I had been so barbecued and Tex-Mexed out that we went to this restaurant, and I'm like, I can't do one more bite of Tex-Mex.
Oh
I
my
can't.
God.
I can't. And it was a running joke. I would literally be like, "Hey, what do you think? Tacos tonight?" It's like everything's tacos. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead tonight. I'm switching it up. I got to do something safe, and I got the meatloaf.
Oh boy.
I swear, I promise you, it was Tex-Mex loaf. It was
Wow.
you could have sliced it up and put it on a taco.
Oh, they probably have meatloaf tacos.
They love the barbecue and the Mexican food down there.
That's
It's
awesome.
like, but I mean, I love it too. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
for
just
sure.
funny. It's like, yeah, shout out to Hurtado, Del Toro, and all them.
Yeah. So one thing that I said when it comes to the new Hope Deferred album, I said this like totally off grid, you know, off everything, but we're the Christian metal group is famous for some of the members. I ain't calling no names because there's a
What?
lot of y'all.
Who are we talking
I'm
about?
dead. I'm dead.
Some of
Now I'm
y'all
dead.
like just every time somebody comments anything, Striper, who we love. I love Striper. And I love all these groups too, but yeah, Striper's always the answer. Demon Hunter's always the answer. Skillet's always the answer, even though they're not metal band. And and a couple of others. Shout out to Theocracy.
Theocracy. Yep.
Theocracy. Does anybody ever mention Yeti? Weren't they a Christian
I
band?
remember Yeti, yes.
I
I
do.
have one of their CDs for sure.
Oh, really? I don't know
Nobody
this
ever
one.
mentioned them. I'm about to make a post in the group just for that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, come on. Let's go, Yeti.
Yeah, like Yeti and Kikal, like those two groups. Those are groups that, you just don't hear about it much. But I love both of them, honestly.
Yeah.
Dude. So I'm really hoping that Hope Deferred becomes one of those names that people mention a lot in the group. And like hearing the album, I'm like, that they have the potential because like, good lord, if this album comes out and I hear another, the groups that I've named, besides Striper, because Striper like they belong in their own category. They're the forefathers of this. Everybody else like
Oh my God.
groups to listen to, like Hope Deferred is really obliterating a lot of what's out there. I think all of it's important, but some people just do stuff on a higher level. That's all
You,
it is.
are you gonna put together the list? If you like Pantera, listen to Hope Deferred.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Right, exactly. If you like Nickelback, listen to Hope
Yeah.
Deferred.
No, man. I mean, I appreciate that. It's cool because, yeah. I mean, I do appreciate that, and I would, I do hope that people get enjoyment out of the record. I mean, for sure, because it's been definitely a labor of love, and like, again, like I can't stress it enough. Just a project that I'm just still like thankful that I get to be a part of. That thankful that I was brought in the fold of. So it's like, I'm definitely, I hope that people get enjoyment out of it. I think it's probably done more for me in my life than it will for anyone else.
That's awesome.
So, and that's a win for me.
Yeah, that's
I think,
awesome,
you
man.
know
Like,
what? I think that if more Christian, quote unquote, because people, how we do, but quote unquote Christian metal bands, if more of them said that were able to say that with their music, then I think we would have more Christian bands remaining Christian.
I mean, I could see that. I could see that.
Like for real.
No, I mean, yeah, it's definitely, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I mean, there are, bands that start out Christian and end up not being Christian, and maybe it happens the other way around. I don't know.
Yeah,
It does
I'm-
sometimes, for sure.
I'm just, I don't know. I mean, I'm just thankful that like, I feel like for me personally, being around this group of guys, has done more for me. It's just definitely been a good thing for me.
Yeah,
Like,
you mean
they've been
they're the real deal.
yeah, they've been a great influence. Like, they've just been good friends. Like, and I'm not saying that my other friends have not been good friends. They have been good friends. At one point in time, I could say the same thing about the Showdown.
Yeah.
And I love getting together with the guys in the Showdown. It doesn't happen much, and everybody's super busy, and like, there's no goal there to play music. I mean, I think they're great. They're like my best. I've known those guys since I was like very small, like, you know what I mean? But just in my adult life to make new friends and to be able to play music with guys that I look up to, and and to feel strongly about what we're saying. Like, I'm proud of what we're saying. I'm proud of what we're talking about. Um, and that's what I want to say and what I want to talk about, like a message that I back, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And it's like, and it's as much as, I don't know, it's like, I don't want, I'm not a role model. Like, I'm not a pastor, or like, I'm not, like, I don't have that in me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not me. But, and I'm not trying to cater to like a Christian metal crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm not trying to cater to a secular metal crowd either.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
So
Like,
whoever likes
yeah,
it likes it. Yeah.
right. If Jesus Christ offends you, like, you probably won't like Hope Deferred. I mean,
That's
I
fair.
mean, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But maybe you will. I mean, and I hope you will. Or if music, and I didn't play any music, but if thoughtful, death metal riffs, if you like that, then you might like Hope Deferred. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, but
Nah,
yeah,
and it's I think that there's the death metal thing, the hardcore thing. There's definitely quite a few influences from what I've heard, and I just think that some stuff really feels like the future and feels like the standard that people are gonna have to reach towards. Like, you can't go below this, and even though it's almost impossible to go above it, like you can't go below it. And I definitely feel like that about this new music, honestly.
I appreciate
That's
that.
good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Is,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's in being in this band, and I mean, being in this band and doing this music has enriched my life.
That's awesome.
It's beyond the music for me, and it's crazy because I'm super proud of it too at the same time. But I know that if it went away tomorrow, like, I'd still want to go down to Texas and hang out.
For sure. Yeah. Is there any hope for touring for the band to not be deferred?
Yes. So I don't know. I mean, what am I supposed to say on camera? Or maybe I should conference in the
Hey,
guys.
As soon as we cut the cameras off, I get this answer. No.
well, if you don't know, just say I don't know.
I mean,
Oh,
what
sorry.
we got hashtag soon, like,
For 2 years.
Full stuff.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yeah, we're gonna be on tour with Demon Hunter and
Kill it.
Stretch
Skillet
Armstrong.
and Stretch Armstrong. Man, that would be cool. And
That'd be a heck of a.
I saw so Stretch Armstrong's fairly local to me. I've seen them a bunch. I saw them with Agnostic Front and Hatebreed back
Oh,
nice.
that had to be a crazy show.
way back in the day. Yeah, man.
I love Hatebreed. They're so violent.
The singer almost
Yeah.
kicked. He almost got in a fight with one of the fans and kicked him out or something. It was crazy.
Yeah. I just as a note, like the first Hatebreed show I ever went to, I was like real cool with a bunch of security guards in the city because I'd be playing metal shows and going to a lot of them. And I pulled up to this place called Headliners, and
Come on.
I was like, as soon as I was about to go in the door, one of the security guards came out with a guy in his arm like this and threw him out. Wow, this is about to be a great show. Thank you, Hatebreed.
That's right.
That's cool. No, that's cool. No, I know the guys have bought a bunch of stuff to possibly play live.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
So yeah, I mean, it's
Awesome.
definitely something that, like, I think that everybody wants to do it. You know what I mean? How it will happen, or I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't know if, like, full tours would happen. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would love to play a festival, like, festivals, shows. I mean, I love playing shows. I love coming back and playing those shows in 2022, 2024 with the Showdown. Like,
For sure.
if we could do some shows with Hope Deferred, like, I would be all about it. And I think those dudes probably, from what I've seen, I mean, are pretty all about it. I mean, I don't really guess you go buy guitar cabs if you ain't trying to play them. So, like, yeah. So who knows? It'd be cool. I mean,
Yeah.
Ryan Clark did do our artwork, so
There you
start
go.
start emailing the Blessed Resistance now.
That's right.
We want Hope Deferred on tour.
Hope.
Come on,
Call
let's go.
1-800 vote for Hope Deferred. Call your votes in now.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Love it. Love it.
Tell them.
Absolutely love it.
So I know whenever Hope Deferred takes off and you're able to retire in your career and all that.
Man, I told you guys it wasn't about that.
So, but when that happens, though, so we want to know what do you do right now, every day, to make a living?
Okay, great question. I pretty much just set up podcasts for Hope Deferred. No.
Well, you're doing a good job.
No, I am. No, right now, I work for Progressive Insurance. So
Yeah,
I've been
okay.
with Progressive for going on. It's about 2.5 years.
Nice.
So like, yeah, like I'm an insurance adjuster. I look at things that are broken and say, can they be fixed or not? Or
You like mainly do roofs, or you do other things?
vehicles.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So yeah, I just mill around and do that, and I love it. It's great.
That's
It's
nice.
been cool. I've done a couple things, like since I stopped touring, like I've done had a few things that I've done, but this has definitely been, everything has kind of taken me to a certain point.
Sure.
And this is definitely like, my favorite career that I've ever had. Right around 2020, 2023, just a lot of doors open for me, as far as like great things just happening in my life. This job, relationships are great, jamming with the guys, like, it's cool, man. Like, God don't give up on people.
That's right.
So that's all I can say. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Sure.
Like,
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, word. Well, here's speaking of God. Like, what's your favorite thing about being a Christian?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, at one point in time, it was Camp Tapawingo, but
Now that's a real answer, right?
no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, as far as for me personally, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I have a peace. I've always had a peace. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I've been through a lot of phases. I've been in a lot of spots, but just kind of like I was saying a minute ago, like, God doesn't give up on people. I believe that. I believe that in my life and what I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the only way I could answer it. Like, I don't feel like I owe anything to God. I just feel very accepted. Like, I just feel very loved. I don't know. I mean,
No, that's good.
I've felt it's weird, it's different. It's hard, growing up, and some of your friends are not Christians anymore, and
Right.
just navigating life and stuff like that. And it's just, I don't know. I'm glad where I'm at. I'm glad that I've been surrounded by the people that I've been surrounded by. I'm glad by, God bringing my, wife Sarah into my life when He did. She's been the best thing for me. My rock. You know what I'm saying? Pushing me to be a better person, and and just pushing me towards that. And then, just everything. Like I said, I don't know. God don't give up on people. I feel very blessed.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I know that sounds, people could hear that and be like, "Oh, that's like super cheesy." But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I didn't feel super blessed 5 years ago.
I don't think it's. I mean, I wouldn't say that's cheesy. That's just a real answer, and it's your answer,
Yeah.
not somebody else's. We
Yeah.
So
For sure.
Yeah.
well, so tell us one thing that fans watching this might not know about David.
Something that you don't know about me. Gosh, that's a great question.
Like, do you have a special talent, or do you have some crazy degree that you don't use, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
Are you like a mediocre drummer? I don't know. You could be anything.
No. All right. So things people may not know about me. I do play drums. I was a jazz band drummer.
Oh, cool.
I do have a degree I don't use. It's in advertising.
Okay. All right.
I graduated college in 2024 for advertising, and the only reason why I did that was because I thought it would help me make flyers for punk shows.
Nice.
Well, that's a legit reason.
That's the only reason I picked it. I thought for sure that I would be on tour by the time I graduated, and when it never happened,
Well, of course.
That's why I was like, well, I give up on this. So yeah, and that's it. I've got the real superstar, the one that keeps it all together, the one that makes it happen. Is my wife Sarah. Shout out, and my 2 kids are incredibly intelligent and amazing and super supportive of me. So
that helps.
They're the real winners, not me.
There you go. Well, that's awesome. So, what can the Christian metal community do to help support David and Hope Deferred?
Stop arguing about Striper.
Oh, nailed it.
I love it. There you go.
I mean, look, if it's funny because the Christian metal community, Facebook community, if you enjoy our music, that's cool. Spread the word and pick something up if you like it, if you like the record. But other than that, I mean, we're very fortunate that we actually don't need the Christian community to do anything other than just be good to one another. just do that. Don't worry about us.
Some days that's harder than you would think.
Worry about it. Just be good to each other. Worry about that.
When you got keyboard warriors from all over the world, it can be difficult.
Yeah. Instead of typing that, hey, you could do this. Here's an idea. Instead of typing out that nasty thing about, hey, this Sacred Warriors record's better than that White Cross record, and you're stupid if you don't think so. Instead of doing that, log on to hopedeferredofficial.com and just pre-order the record.
I love it. Hey, that's a great answer. Listen, and everybody knows it's undisputed. Demon Hunter's best album ever is To Hell with the Devil. Jay, play us out. Go ahead, Davis. Go ahead. Y'all create something. Let's go.
I loved that. To hell. To devil.